Hey guys, welcome back to another strategy testing video. Today we got a good strategy. Now I know it's good because I previously recorded this and had some technical difficulties, so you're going to get a 2-for-1 special today. Now I deleted the video because I got upset that the audio didn't record. So I think back now, I should have just kept it so I could added it. I could have added it at the end of the video, and then you could have watched the test on that, just without the sound. But I'm going to run it back, and at the end of the video, I'm going to compare, and I'm going to show you the stats on that one because it was a good run. So this one right here, this one's called Phantom Splits. Now, it's very similar to one that the Roulette Master has been running on his channel, and it's basically a single number coverage where you just peel off the last 2 hit wins. Now, a while back, I made videos on this. Now, I'm not claiming that I was the originator because I think at this point, man, there's so many strategies that get thrown around there. I think it's just a bunch of variations at this point. But I'm going to put in the description down below the original videos that I posted, and it was about a year ago. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it, and I'm going to give you a little overview before we start. We're going to use $1 chips. Now, the problem with, and this came from many of you guys, the problem with playing this original version of the strategy is it takes an extremely long time to place all the bets because you're putting bets on every single number, right? So I'm making a modification to that. That's going to be less expensive, and it's still going to be, you're still going to be able to put down the bets within the time. The reason why I bring that up, because people that play online, there are some speed tables that don't give you like 13, 14 seconds to place a bet. Some of them will give you about 25 seconds, 20 to 25 seconds. So it just was not ideal to get all those bet placements down. And then you're keeping track of, what number to peel off. So let's just jump into it. I'll explain as we go. I think this is a better version, and we have a nice safety net. So if you do like split bets, this is the strategy for you. And also, if you like high coverage and you like to win more times than not, this is also the video for you. So let's jump into it, guys. We are using dollar units. We're going to look at the board. Now, 18, 33 came up, and 35. All we're doing, now you could use split bets going horizontal. You can use them going vertically. Whatever you want to do, just leave off those last 3. And again, I'm showing you this for demo purposes. You could leave off more. You could leave off less. So 33 was another one, 35. So now at this point, we have a $15 bet covering 30 numbers. So we have a total of 15 split bets. This is spin number 1. Let's see what we get. All right, we start off with the win. Now, we're going to peel this one off, but this one is not just, the progression is a little different with this one. We're going to go through cycles or tiers, however you want to view it. We're going to have the progression, and it's not too aggressive. So let's see how this one pans out. So once we get accumulate some losses, I'll explain what we do on that. The previous test, we only encountered that first tier, right? That first cycle one time. So I have some confidence this is going to run fairly well today. All right, so we got another hit. We're going to peel this off, and we're going to spin again. Now we're up $7. This is spin number 3. And we get another win. So that's 3 wins in a row. That's really what we're fishing out. We're setting, you can play this a couple different ways. You could just keep resetting once you're in a new session profit. But what I'm going to do with this, I'm just setting those milestone goals. So I'm shooting for about $10 in profit. Okay. Again, you can play this however you want. So now that we're in a new session profit of $12, we're going to go back to our base level bet and reset. And we're going to keep off the 6, the 5 that hit. And then we are going to place bets, if I can place them correctly. We're leaving that 11 off too. So that first dozen has been hot. So hopefully it starts switching over to the other side so it could hit the splits that we have down. All right, back up to 15 splits. Now, we're not going to continuously take off splits. That's what I was talking about, the cycles and those tier levels. There's going to be a certain point where we stop. But we have not accumulated a loss yet, so we're just going to roll with it down to 14 splits. And we are up to $15 in profit. And we got another hit, so all we do is we're not going to level up. We're just peeling that one off. So now we're down to 13 splits. All right, still solid coverage. This is 26 numbers. You should hit more times than not. All right, so you could see that 30 hit, but previously that 27 hit. This is that trade-off, right? Now, it's not technically a repeater, but it's a repeater on that split bet in the sense that that 27 and 30 hit. So at this point, what we're doing is we're going to level up. We're only adding 1 unit to each of these bets. We're currently at a 13 split. We have 13 splits down. $26 total bet, just going up by 1 unit. Our high was 15. We're shooting for 22 before we do a reset. And we got 10 back right there. We're up 16. We're going to peel this back. Now we're at 12 split bets. Again, 24 number coverage. You still have a high coverage. One more hit, we should be able to reset. And we got a 16 red. 16 reds, $12 coming back. We're in a new session profit of $28. Okay? We have not gone in the minus yet. So at this point, go back to base and reset. So we're looking at the board. We got 12, 16, 30. So we're just going to skip over those. All right, back up to 15 split bets. That's a 30 number coverage. And we got a hit right there. You know what to do. You just simply peel that one off. Now we're down to 14 splits. And there's another hit. So we're going to repeat. We're going to peel that one back. One more hit right here. We'll be able to reset. And we didn't get it. That split right there, that area has been hot. We hit 30 twice and we hit 27 once. So at this point, let's rebet. We're going to double at this, just simply putting 1 more unit. And we're still at 13 split bets, 26 numbers covered. And we got $10 coming back. We're at 32. We're shooting for about 38 because our previous high was 28. So we're going to repeat this bet and we're going to peel this one off. And we grab a win right here. We're going to reset. And we got it. 20 black came in. New session highs at 44 bucks. All right, so we're going to reset. We're leaving off that 20, 30, and 35. So skipping that 20, skipping that 30, which is kind of counterintuitive how I prefer to play, following the hot areas, but it's such a small area, the odds still are in your favor, right? Because we have, at our full coverage, we have 30 numbers covered. We got a hit right there. We're going to peel back, spin again. We're shooting for about 54 bucks now. Back-to-back hits. We will collect, peel off, and rebet. Now we're down to 13 split bets. Again, 26 numbers. And that right there is what's going to hurt this one, right? Is those repeaters. But the coverage is so high at this point, we still have 26 numbers covered. Let's go up a unit. This is the highest we've been in the progression so far. If we don't make it through the full progression, I'll go over it at the end and explain in more detail. And we got $10 coming back right there. We're at 48. We're shooting for 54. So let's repeat the bet, and we're going to peel back that one. So now let's check the board real quick. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We're at 12 split bets because there is going to be a point where we're going to stop peeling back if we get on a long losing streak. But we got a win right there. So we're definitely going to reset. We're in a new session profit of 60 bucks. So we're going to go back to our base level bet and set up everything. So we're going to skip on the 11, 15, and 17. All right, back up to full coverage, 30 numbers. And look at that. How many times it has that 30 hit? 30 red hit already 3 times not in a row, but within this session. That's crazy. All right. So we're gonna peel this one back and we're gonna spin again. We're shooting for $70 in profit before we do another reset. Again, playing the way I prefer to play. And many of you guys that follow this channel already know I play conservative, so I didn't want to peel back too many. That's why I have a stopping point. And if we don't get to that again at the end of the video, I'll go over that. Now we're down to a 13 split bets, and one more hit right here. We go ahead and reset. And look at that, guys. We got it. $5 coming back. We didn't adjust the bets on that one. 72 is new session high. So let's go ahead and leave off the 1, 2, and 30. And reset. Now, since I made this, it made me think. Actually, I think I misplaced the bets right there. I'm gonna have to double check. I did. I put one too many bets. Okay, that's fine. I forgot to peel off that 30. Let's just continue on and peel off that last two hit, which was that 12. Okay, so let's spin again. We are shooting for, what was our high? 72. Shoot for 82. All right, got $3 coming back right there. We're gonna peel that one off. Try to grab one more hit and we'll reset once again. All right, let's check stats. We are in a new session high of $81. Next goal is going to be 91. And let's make sure we leave off that 12, 18, and 31. Now, you can play this in a bunch of different ways. Knowing that you have this much coverage, one variation just off the top of my head would maybe try to go up a level each time if you want to increase your profit, if that makes sense. So win or lose, go up a unit. Now that's for you that want to play a little bit more aggressive. Maybe this don't make enough money quick enough for you. But again, I'm just showing you the way I like to play this, and I lean on the safer side. Let's just say that. All right, back-to-back hits, and we're going to peel that one off. Yeah, I think this one's great. It just has solid coverage. You don't get really too low as far as coverage goes. And the progression's not super heavy, right? So we're going to add a unit right here. This is the highest we've been so far. Let's see if we could grab a couple wins, and we'll be able to reset. We're shooting for 91. All right, there's another loss. So at this point, this is the highest we've been so far. We're going to add a unit. We're not doubling with this. We're just adding a unit on losses. And then on wins, we're just peeling one off. And we got 23 red. There's a hit right there. So we're going to check stats, see where we're at. We're at 64. We're going to repeat this bet. We're peeling this one back. Now I want to double check how many split bets we got. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. We're at 12 split bets at this point. So spin again. And we got another hit. That's $18 coming back. We're back up to 82. Let's repeat the bet. And technically here's where I like to be flexible. This is something Katek White's also brought up too. You don't necessarily have to increase and follow a strategy rigid. You don't have to follow the rules rigid. So looking down here, I'm at 82 currently, right? We're shooting for 91. I technically don't have to peel this one off. I'm going to do it just for the sake of the rule set that I built for this one. But you can see that last hit gave us $18 in return. So you just need one more hit and you'll get to that milestone profit goal plus some. But I'm going to just follow suit. And let's spin again. See if we could get a hit right here. This is spin number 20. And we got $21 coming back to us. We are in a new session. Profit, very low stress so far. Okay, so let's reset our bets. We're going to keep off that 4, 22, and 23. So 22 is not there. 23 is not there. And we're going to pepper in the rest. Make sure I have all split. So we're at 15 total. Start off with the win. We're going to repeat, peel that one off, spin again. Back-to-back hits, repeat, peel that one off. What was that, 29? And we're at 13 split bets, 26 number coverage at this point. 15 black comes up, and we had that one uncovered. So we're going to repeat the bet, and we're going to double up. Again, we have 26 numbers covered. We are likely to hit this one. And there I go, jinxing it again. We missed that one, so we're going to have to increase again. Still at 13 split bets, 26 numbers covered. Should get a hit. 24 black comes in. We grabbed a win right there. Not in session profit. Not near our goal. So we're going to peel that one back and spin again. 10 black comes in. 10 black's a win. So we are now at 104. Okay, we're shooting for, our previous high was 103. We're shooting for about 113. Let's try to grab another win. Peel this one back. Now we're at what? 4, 8. Okay, we're 11. We're at 11 split. So we have 22 numbers covered. 30 red comes in. And that's our last hit. That's going to reset us. We are up into a new session high of 125. So we reset. We're going to leave off that 10. We're going to leave off that 24 and 30. Again, that 30 came up. What was that? Now 4 times on the session. All right, back to full coverage. We haven't made it to the second tier yet. Repeat, peel that one back. Spin again. We're at 14 split bets. 9 red comes in. 9 red's a hit. Repeat, peel that one off. One more win and we reset. 17 black. Beautiful. Back to base we go. We're going to leave off 9, 11, and 17. So 9, 11, skip over that 17. Back up to 15. And that time we start off with a loss. That's okay. We're still at a high coverage. We're just going to increase by 1 unit. And a green number came up. There's another loss. So we're going to go up another unit. Still at 30 numbers. And if you want to play those green numbers too, that's a perfect split. It's going to pay out the same as any other split. $18 red comes in. And we got $9 coming back to us. We're going to repeat this bet. We're going to peel this one back. And there's another hit. Let's check stats. We're at 113. We're shooting for, we got a little bit to recover now. So let's peel this one off. Spin again. Our previous high was 137. And we get another 18. All right, so now we level up again. It's not super aggressive. just adding 1 unit each split. Oh man, we're hitting all those repeaters on this one. Okay, so we are at, let me just check this real quick. We are at 12, 13. Now we're going to add another unit on each. Now we're getting pretty deep in the progression. Let's see if this can recover. So we just lost a ton of profit right there, currently at $22 in profit. 4 black comes in. I can't believe that. Another loss, guys. That is nuts. Okay, so we are going to level up again, just increasing by 1 unit. The first test definitely didn't struggle like this. All right, so we are, what, 12, 13. So we have 26 numbers covered, and you could see we missed 1, 2, 3, 4. Dude, we missed a bunch of times in a row. Okay, currently minus 43. First time we dipped in the negative. We're going to need some wins. 2 black comes in. Finally get a hit. So we're going to repeat this bet. We're going to peel that one back. All right. And we get a 19 red. There's another hit. Let's check where we are at, 23. All right, let me just double check the split. So we got 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's peel this one off. Right, so now we're down to 11, which it says 67. It should be 66. So let me see. We got, yeah, 6, 8, 10, 11. I don't know where the mistake is. Let's just roll with it. We're at 11 right now. 6 black comes in. That's a hit. Now, we are at $65 in profit. This is going to be, so since we got that long string of losses, now you can see the board coverage, right? We got 6, 8, 10. This is the lowest point. This is the most that we're going to peel off is going to be 5 split bets. But we still have a high coverage of 20 numbers, right? So let's go ahead and spin and see what we get here. If we get another loss, I'll explain what happens, because this is going to push us into the second cycle, or the second tier. All right, we got a hit right there. So bets stay the same. Again, we're stopping at the 10 split coverage. We're not going any lower than 20 numbers covered. We're back up 113. So let's go ahead and spin again, see what we get here. All right, $48 coming back. We were previously at 137 at a session high. That just boosted us up to $161. New session high. Definitely refreshing to reset at this point. Okay, and you could see it wanted to repeat again because we hit 25 2 times in a row. Bunch of repeaters, but it still had recovery power and came back. So let's go back to our base level bet and reset. We're going to leave off that 6, 19, and 25. All right, let's finish covering this up. We're at 15. We're at max coverage again. This is where I like to stay. And we get a hit right off the bat. Here's another thing too, if you want to make this ultra conservative, you know, is of course try to get to that you could, you know, reset on any session profit to keep your coverage high, for one. Also, another thing, just to like prevent those long losses like what we just endured right there, another thing would be just stop once you lose 3, right? If you lose 3, it's easy to make up that profit, you know, going forward, if that makes sense. So you don't have to continue on with the progression. Let's check stats. We're at 173. All right, we are in a new session profit. So 173 is new session high. We're going to reset. So let's peel all these off. And we're going to leave off the 31, 35, 27. So leaving off that 27, 31, 35, and we're back to our reset. But yeah, like I was saying, you don't have to keep chasing that, you know? I can't believe it. That split has hit how many times? I'm not keeping track, but that thing's got to hit like, I don't know, 8 or 9 times already. All right, so we're going to double up at this point. But yeah, it might be great just to, yeah, recoup those losses with higher coverage. All right, got a hit right there. We're going to repeat the bet, and we're going to peel that one off. Down to 14 split bets, 28 numbers covered. There is another hit with the 7 red. Peel that one back and spin again. $12 red comes in. And there's a hit. Let's check our stats real quick. We were previously at 173. We're at 182. After that long run, I'm going to go ahead and err on the safe side and reset at 182. So let's go ahead and place our bets again, skipping over the 7, the 12, and the 18. And we're nearing the end, so let's see how we finish out. Back up to full coverage. There's hit number 1. We're at spin 40, so we got 5 more to go after this. I cannot believe how many repeaters are coming out on this session. All right, we missed that one, so we go up a unit. We're at 171. And that's second loss. All right, we missed right there, so we're going to repeat the bet, and we're going to add another unit. Back up. We go up 1 unit. We're at 14 splits. That's 28 numbers. And we get 23 red. There's a hit right there. Let's check. We are at 155. We're going to peel that one off. Now we're at 13 split bets. All right, $15 coming back. Peel that one off. Now we are at 12 split bets. Again, 24 numbers covered. We're at 170. And we get a 9 red. There is that uncovered. So this next one is going to be spin 45. But let's go ahead and add another unit. Again, 12 split bets down. And 24 black comes in. And we got a hit right there. We're at 158. I'm going to continue and just finish out this sequence, and then we'll stop the video. So we are at 12 split bets. We're going to peel that one off. And let's see what we get here. 22 numbers covered. 20 black comes in. That one's a miss. So again, level up. So this is our second take. Not second take. This is our second rough patch. And I'm curious how it's going to finish it up. So I'm going to just run through it. All right, $35 coming back, right? We are at 149. Repeat. Let me check how many we have. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We could peel off 1 more. Now, this is the deepest we've been in the progression so far. And I kind of want it to lose right now so I can show you the rest of the progression because it does change after this point. All right, so that one hit. We peel that off. We're at our lowest amount and that's going to be 20 numbers covered. 19 red. All right, $40 coming back. We are at 189. That is new session high, so it would be best to reset here, but let's see if we could grab one more win, because our previous high was 182, so we're technically going for that $10 plus profit, but we missed. Okay, so I did want to spin again, hoping for a miss so I could show you what happens here. So now we hit the lowest benchmark. At that point, you don't peel anymore off. If you get a win, just hold your bets right there. If you get another loss, this is what we're doing. Check where you're at. So we have $5 bets on the splits. Now that we have 20 numbers covered, now we're going to go back up, right? And start adding streets again. But we're going to match the rest. And I'm going to follow suit with the last to hit. So all of these, we're at 6. Okay, so I'm going to just add that in at 6. And we're going to bump it. Okay, let me see something. So this, we were actually at 5. So now we're going to go up to $6. And then we added that split bet in. Now we are back up to 22 numbers covered. Now we're in overtime. Let's see if we could recover our losses. All right, $42 coming back. We're at 181. Again, the smart thing to do here is to reset, but I'm going to continue on. So I'm going to repeat, and since we got a hit right there, I'm going to go ahead and keep the bet the same. We are at $6 bet. Keep the bet here. We get another miss. We add another split bet and then increase all by 1 unit. All right, so 13 came in. We're going to repeat the bet. And we're going to add these in. Now we go to $7 bet on each position. But again, at this point, we are increasing coverage. So now you can see we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We have 24 numbers covered at this point. All right, we got a hit right there. We're back up 157. On wins, you're going to hold your bet there. Now we're cycling up. 30 red comes in again. That 30 red, I don't know if anybody's counting, but that's, what are we at, like 5 or 6 on this session? That's crazy. All right, 199, so we are back into a new session profit. Surpassed our $10 profit goal, so this made about $200 in session profit. Again, that first rough patch we went through, we went minus 43. But let me know what you guys think. I'm going to finish off this progression and just explain it. So these tiers, these cycles I was talking about. Now let's see how many split bets we are at right now. We got 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We're at 12 split bets. That's covering 24 numbers. Now we're on the cycle up again. Any loss, you're going to cover that split bet that caused that loss. You're going to match it with the rest, and you're increasing by 1 unit. Then we're going to stop adding at that 15 split bet mark. And then if you get that far in the progression, then you cycle back again down to 10 split bets. So you're basically floating back and forth from a 30 number coverage to a 20 number coverage and back up. So you always have a high coverage and a high % chance to hit these bets while keeping that progression fairly level, right? You're only increasing by 1 unit. Now you can be aggressive and you can try to push that recovery a little bit quicker by doubling or playing some different type of progression. But again, I'm playing this the way I would play this with real money. Another thing before we wrap this video up, you've seen it twice, 2 rough runs, and it hit a bunch of repeaters. That can happen. So to really dial it back, and if you prefer to keep the coverage high, maybe just stop after 2 losses and reset. Okay, if you get like 2 consecutive losses, maybe just stop there, count your losses, lick your wounds, and reset back to 15 split bets. Okay, also something to keep in mind. So let me know if you guys have any modifications to this. I think this is a solid strategy. Again, it's a variation. You know, instead of placing those single number coverages, It just, you don't have the time. It's unrealistic to do it that way. That's why I came up with this version. Again, I'm putting in the work, the time to make these videos for you guys. Just give me a like, and if you like this, give me a comment, and let me know your thoughts on this one. And of course, guys, until next time, be cool, stay. Oh, yeah. I don't want to get there yet. Hold on. So, reviewing this one, I'm going to compare, like I said earlier, I almost forgot. All right, so this one, we got a profit high of $199, and our profit low on this session was minus 43. Now, I wish I didn't delete the previous video, but I do have my notes here written down. So, Phantom splits the first test. The first test I got here, it also went through a little rough run, and it went minus 78. No. Yeah, minus 78, that's correct, was the lowest. And it peaked out at $171 in profit. Again, we stopped that one at the 45 spin mark, right on the nose. So it did peak out at 171, and we ended at 148. Okay, so we ended at 148 on that first session. The one I recorded, that didn't pick up the volume. Okay, so hopefully the volume's picked up on this one. If not, I'm going to post it anyways and just let you guys know. And with that being said, like always, guys, be cool, stay cool, peace.